This is the second live video I made on the Instagram. It's because I'm having a difficulty with the Facebook. So this is like 5 hours after police initially arrived. And all this, believe it or not, has to do with speaking about Christianity on social media. So that's their first attempt to enter the house. These are some TikTok videos I made, but I'm not technologically, I'm basically, just rewind that a quick second, technologically disabled, but I work hard and I keep plugging away. I'll figure it out eventually. That video right there was the first time officers tried to. This is February 18th. The second time they tried to enter the house. This went on for all day long on February 18th. Before I went to jail. Monmouth County Sheriff's officers with a canine. Let it play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus the dog. 9 with the guy that came last. They're going to use the canine to enter a private residence. Now, if the dog barks and indicates that somebody is in the residence, I don't know if that generates probable cause. I think they would need a search warrant first to enter the house. That's me being nice. Since they waited outside for 6 hours. Because I'm not a finger pointer. I really could give two shits about, you know, subject of interest, which was me. The laws. I kind of discovered Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit. That's all I care about. I don't really care about, you know, pointing fingers. They were going to, you know, cut a corner, so to speak, and, you know, effectuate an arrest warrant. So that's 9 guys plus a dog. And to be honest with you, I first saw the whole situation before it happened. Subject outside the house. They pinged a cell phone after they watched a live stream video that was recorded. And I did this just to garner their attention, so I could deliver whatever message the Holy Spirit has, you know, for me to give. Not to get them in trouble. It came back within a certain distance of the residence. So I can understand when they would show up to you know, ping the phone in, and if they spotted the person of interest, me, you know, then they could approach me, but to actually enter the house, I don't know how they did that. I'm not really worried. I found a deeper appreciation for Christianity and my connection to Jesus Christ or the Holy Spirit in this whole process. So I kind of overlooked this as just a part of the sanctification process of what some may title or label a rebirth into Christianity. I think it's more divine in nature than that. And we're going to speed this up because I think you'll only do 3 minutes that I clip here. So they enter the house, they try to breach the room. They're unsuccessful at it. Paperwork will later say that the dog doesn't indicate the presence of any individual in the house. So after a couple minutes in the house, we're going to watch them come back out now, because without me either. So, speed it up. And at some point, they exit now. Now, they don't have the subject. This was the police chief. It was his first day on the new position. First you don't succeed, you try again. Yeah, they came with a tank. At that point, I realized 2 attempts to enter the house with shit was getting real. Some kind of sheriff's officer units. The second attempt was with a canine. They enter the house the second time. Canine doesn't indicate the presence of anybody else. They still try to breach the room that I reside in. You know, the living quarters, you know, the private living quarters that I sleep, where I reside, they try to breach in there. They're unsuccessful with that. The dog doesn't indicate. So now they call in some kind of extreme support. Yeah, look at that guy running. See that? It's like a fucking full-out operation going on out there. These guys are going to shoot out the bedroom windows. and 15 seconds, right? I'm going to hit play, then I'm going to advance to 32 times the speed. And just look at the bushes on the side of the property, you know, a little bit of wind right there. Wait till they come with the dog. There was like a big gust, so I just want to point that out.
It's hard to say that 32 times the speed. Let's see if I hit it again or not.
You didn't really see too much that first time. But when they get to, you know, this all stems from Christianity. I believe in Jesus and Holy Spirit. Look at that power of that wind when they're about to do something wrong.
Shit's no joke. I've been witnessing crazy stuff like this for the whole year. I've been going through crazy shit for a whole year.
With, you know, probable cause and all that BS. This is like a Christian thing. All this stems behind Christianity.
Wait till you see the next video. You think that gust of wind was something that was like eerie? Wait till you see the next video. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, keep in mind, 39 years old. I've never been in trouble for nothing. The only thing I ever did that I was arrested for was post, you know, video content on social media. So you got a 9-guy squad with a dog, rifles drawn. The guy's got no criminal history with guns, violence, drugs, nothing. 39 years old at this time that this video is taken. Well, this next part of the video, John, is going to be crazy. Watch this.
So, they got no probable cause, they got no search warrant, they never spotted me out there. There's an arrest warrant, right? But, you know, the individual people make mistakes.
Alright, we got disconnected. Pay attention.
If you can see on the top of the screen, the date that it's recorded is February 18th, 2022. The time stamp is 6 o'clock. 10 minutes and 20 seconds. Now, what's significant about that timestamp is this June 10th of 2022 will be 2 years to the date that I approached the court for the civil application. The first year, I consumed all my money. When I ran out of money, everything got put into the criminal section of the same Superior Court.
I got railroaded. It wasn't pretty. It made me stronger.
4 times. I almost died. And I had a really deep religious experience in the process. So now I'm going to hit play. And I'm going to fast forward it. Pay attention to what happens. Right now they're behaving themselves. It's on pause. Got a couple units. They've been there several hours. They made 2 attempts to enter, one with a dog. K9 never indicated the presence of nobody.
6.5 hours they've been there.
Tell me if it means anything to you. I don't know what other Christians are out there, what it takes to, you know, identify something as divine or, you know, the Holy Spirit. Take a look at this.
This is kind of crazy.
I say 32 times the speed of play. So that's 2 times 4, 8, 16. There's 32. No, 16. Leave it at that.
I don't know if the sun was shining because they knew I was about to snare them, but I know they didn't have a tank there,
Watch this.
and the sun started shining like ridiculous.
They get ready to do something wrong. They're gonna show up with a tank and shoot out the window and create their own probable cause. But this is unbelievable to me.
It's more than that. It's divine in nature.
Respecting the law. The sun is blazing like a diamond in the sky. It's blazing. Look at the glare. It's ridiculous. So now that's 20 minutes right there. This thing is blazing. Now they already made the decision to breach this house, violate the law, and attack Christianity. Watch how the sun disappears right when it happens.
It is kind of freaky.
Should have freaked you out.
There's the tank.
Bang, tank. Sun's gone, man. I don't know, you know, maybe that means nothing to certain people. To me, I'm like baffled by it, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I see God speaking in so many different ways. I'm having a different. Alright, so you can see the timer on the video.
This is going to point out out how you can just tell something's wrong.
24 seconds in the game. Replay. We're going to see an officer drive past in an Ocean Township police vehicle, right? There. Okay? There. That's 11:25. They drive past, right? They don't notice nobody
So
outside.
they're looking for me right there. They obviously have a call came in. So they drive past to see if I'm outside. The video that made them come to the residence was taken outside. They pinged the phone, and it came within a certain amount of distance from the residence. So they would have stopped right then. Like if they were following the law or doing things right, that guy pulls in the driveway and comes and knocks on the door and enters the house. This is how I know, like, you know, following the Holy Spirit has had me, you know, getting by the skin of my teeth, so to speak. But, you know, I'm fighting, I don't know, I feel like there's almost like a good versus evil going on behind the scenes.
They're not even in line of sight with the other cameras. They're trying to stay off the edges. They don't want to be videotaped. So, here it is, 12 in the morning. This may be an hour past, too. I don't believe that the time should have been 12, it should have been 11.
On the police report, there were 16 squad cars, 22 officers, plus the sheriff's officers, then the tank. 5 blocks were blocked off. The guy never had any criminal record. The father goes outside.
Because they used a bullhorn to get him outside. And they're going to take him away from his own home.
They're using the PA system. Come out of the house.
In the house or nothing. They take him out of his own home after using a bullhorn, get him to come outside. Now, jump ahead 10 minutes at a clip.
Now, you know they would have came up to the door and knocked or something if the law permitted them to do it. But they were fishing, man. They're using the PA system on the car, like Mike Mazza. If you're in the house, come out. Now, Fourth Amendment, you know, bro, you got to catch me outside to effectuate an arrest warrant. You can't do this stuff, guys.
Now, notice they
You know,
come up to
I
the
don't know
door.
what's behind this, why these guys are doing this stuff, and it derailed my life. They derailed my life.
Because if they have probable cause, you just go in the house and pick the guy up. We'll see him outside the house. That's why we came in. We'll pick him up.
And I never even filed like an official complaint against anyone.
Tank shows up.
I turned the other cheek, man.
Because then you're gonna shoot
And
him.
God kind of saw that, and He's been with me the whole time. It's been more than ridiculously unbelievable. It's been like special in a way that I never ever imagined. You know, I was just a guy that never ever thought anything about if God was real or even would entertain it. You know, it was like life was full of enough tasks, obstacles, and different things to spend my time doing. I never thought I would be connected to God. Now what's happening is just, it's blowing my mind. So that's why I'm sharing it. I got a lot of other work to do. So if you know, you want to follow the content, you can find me on the Facebook. I'll show you what the Facebook look like. And hold on. So that's me on Facebook. There's mad content on there, you know, and I'm pretty sure it will kind of at least get you thinking about God and the Holy Spirit, because, you know, I just documented it to a degree. I don't think anybody else has experienced anything like this, let alone shared it and videotaped it. So if it's worth something to you, you know, that's an honor to me. Thank you for watching. All right.
And then,
So I guess is the second.
I want to also give you this too, because you know, I asked the Lord for some support from other Christians, so I'm going to give you everything. There's a lot of authentic, from the heart.
Shut out the camera.
Everything I do is really
And
genuine.
the guy that's holding the flashlight on a front lawn behind the chair. Once they broke the window out, they see me inside my private residence, inside my living quarters. They ripped out the blinds, and they shattered the glass and ripped out the blinds with some kind of, I don't know what they used. Once they were able to observe me, they instructed me to come outside of the house. Watch my demeanor and see if there's any way in which I'm acting which would lead them to send me to Monmouth Medical Center Crisis Unit for a 5-minute video on social media 10 hours prior. Let's watch. There I am on the front porch, coming down, hands up. They tell me to turn around, walk backwards towards them. I follow their instructions. No resistance. Full cooperation, calmly. Then they're going to instruct me to get down on the ground, place my arms out to the sides, and raise my legs and cross them. I'm going to fully cooperate with all this. No resistance, no, aggressive conduct. Why would officers send me to the crisis unit of Monmouth Medical Center after I fully cooperated, was respectful to law enforcement once they pierced the veil of privacy, which I feel that, there was no probable cause to do it? Why would they send me to the crisis unit? When I got to the crisis unit, I could hear the staff members in the hospital playing my video from earlier in the morning. I could hear the song that was playing in the background of my video. Like the nurses that were working at the nursing desk, they were watching the video. I'm handcuffed to a bed, and it's so embarrassing, This has been deeply disturbing, to say the least, but there's more than a silver lining in the cloud, discovering Christianity and the Holy Spirit in a way I never ever thought possible. I can never ever try to change any of this, but I fully cooperated here. You lift it up, walk me away. This isn't fast motion, but I never resisted. I followed all the instructions. Why would they send me to Jersey Shore?
Yeah, it's more than disturbing, because there's also, like I said, 39 years old. I never had a criminal record. There's a police report. An officer wrote in the report that I had a history of mental health issues. I'm not even sure if these officers are aware of how damaging their conduct has been to me. I have civil litigation. The way I appear to the court is based upon, the reports police officers make, the history of my being in trouble or out of trouble, which I have no history of ever being in trouble. Never had a mental health counseling service or anything. I worked hard for 20 years, maintained one job for 17 years. I was very reliable, very hard worker, honest, dedicated, great at it. And I worked at another job for 3 years. And I'm reading, when I run out of money and then my civil litigation goes to criminal litigation, I'm reading one of the officers' police reports. It says I have a long history of mental health issues. The only time I ever got sent to have a mental health evaluation was when they took my civil litigation, transferred it to the criminal section of the Superior Court of New Jersey, and then Ocean Township arrested me multiple times and sent me to crisis intervention every single time. And I was released every single time, and the content said that there was no need for it. If the graces through the Holy Spirit that I believe Jesus is remarkably expelling through me is reaching them, but I hope, I can only hope that it does. What it's cost me to convey that to them has been the entire destruction of my life. So if it's God's will, then so be it. And if you learn from it and you're brought to God from it, well then, let's just correct the mistakes. I'm not looking to have anyone get in trouble or anything like that. It's just, you guys participated in something that turned out to be a spiritual, amazing, unbelievable thing to me. But at the same time, it was at the expense of, having my entire life destroyed. So I don't know what the resolution is going to be with all this, but something has to be done. You can't stand aside and just take a good, hard-working guy, cripple him, imprison him, ultimately strengthen his faith to a way he's never even dreamed was possible, and then just say, hey, thanks for the graces, from Jesus through the Holy Spirit. You got to receive those graces, and then you got to prove that you're doing the right thing with your actions. You've got to rectify this destruction you've done to my life. You got to expunge my record. You got to switch. You got to reverse all these things that you did, man. It has to be done. The Holy Spirit pretty much told me, if they do what they're doing, there will be like Jesus and God's wrath would come to this earth. But I know that may sound like a religious fanatic after what I've been through. I wouldn't. To me, I believe. I have faith. I more than believe. I know God's real. I know Jesus is real. I know the Holy Spirit's real. And I know this will correct itself and these people will do the right thing. So it's all love. Nothing but love for me. So I'll just keep waiting and preaching and spreading the word until, I'm contacted and these atrocities are corrected. Thanks for watching.
This is after they break the window out. They shot at the camera.
All right, so what else I want to end with is just this. Something enormous is going on spiritually. I'm having guidance, protection, and encounters that are unbelievable. And I need people that understand Christianity to take interest in my story and help me. So I ask God, and I'm putting this out there.